This is a video on tying a 5-lead 2-bight Turks Head knot. The 5-lead 2-bight Turks Head knot is used as a base knot for tying a 9-lead 4-bight Turks Head knot. The reason for doing this video separately is to give the knot tier an idea of how to tie this knot as an individual knot. And if you can tie this knot as a base knot for your 9-lead 4-bight knot, if you know that your base knot is correct, then you'll know that if you have any problems, the problems are in your expansion process versus in your base knot, so you won't have to start all over from scratch. To start with this knot, we'll have the cardboard tube. We've got a rubber band, and then we're held down the standing end of the cord in order to tie this knot. While it's not necessary to use a rubber band to tie down this standing end of the knot, it does make tying the knot a lot easier as you go through the process. To start this process, we first start with our cardboard tube and the cordage, and we're going to make 2 turns. When we come out with our turns, we're going to come out on the same level as our standing end right there. Once we come out to that position, then we're going to take our line and go diagonally across the other 2 strands, come around from the back, and then we'll come back up to the start. So we've made 2 turns around the tube, came back up to our start. To continue on, what we'll do is we'll go across that diagonal lead, we'll come around the back, and then we'll come up to here, and on the last bight on the right, our cordage will be over the top of that last bight. So it'll be over the top of that last bight. Now, our next sequence is to follow this diagonal strand, and since this strand is over that last bight, we're going to go under, over, under, and over, and then we'll come out by the starting lead, which will complete the knot. So using our cordage in the lacing fid, we'll first come over this one, go to the next bight, and we'll go under, now as we pull the cord through, we'll want to take out any kinks if we have any kinks. We've gone under, now we'll go over, we'll go under again, pull our cord through, work out any kinks if we have any. Then we'll come around the back and we're at the start. So our cordage now is at the start. We'll come across this last strand here, then we'll come up beside the starting strand. We'll work our cord through. At this point in time, since our ending and starting strand have come out side by side, that usually indicates that you've tied the knot correctly. And if we count, we'll turn this way a little bit and count, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 strands. And if we look, we have 1, 2 bights. So this is a completed knot. This is your 5-strand 2-bight knot. It's complete. And then we could continue on from here, do the expansion process, and tie a 9-lead 4-bight knot using this as a base knot. What I'm going to do here is pause for a little bit, and I'm going to double this knot so that you can see that this is really a complete knot in and of itself. This is a completed 5-lead 2-bight Turks Head knot. It is not a very decorative or symmetrical knot, however it is a true knot in and of itself. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to start doing what's called the doubling process, of where I will continue retracing the knot as it's been tied and show you that each of these will become now 2 leads, and you'll have the Turk's Head knot doubled. I'm going to pause the video for a little bit while I work on this. But before I do that, we'll notice that as you're doubling the knot, you're going to come up by the lead, and you're going to go alongside and parallel this lead. So wherever it goes over, we'll go over. Wherever it goes under, we'll go under. So in doing that process, as we start, we'll start doubling our lead as we go through and finish the knot. As you're working on doubling the knot, you'll notice that I've come up here to this strand, and I'll continue on following this around, and then where this goes under, I'm going to go under, working out my kinks as I go. And you'll notice that my strand lies right next to the previous strand. One of the things that people who are just starting to do these knots does is they will occasionally either cross a lead by going over and going on to the left side of this lead and then up, which will destroy the symmetry of the knot, or they'll also jump a lead, where they'll come in here and they'll go someplace else, and instead of finishing this knot by following alongside and coming up here, they'll go some other direction. So you'll have a single lead by itself that doesn't have a partner that goes with it, so it's not symmetrical and doesn't look right. So as you're going through here, if you're not sure, you'll always want to make sure that as you work with these strands that you'll come up alongside them and parallel them as you pull your other strand through. Now you notice here that I've come around to the very beginning, so I have 2 strands at the beginning, and then as I bring in my second strand, since we've already started here before, that it's already 2 strands, but by adding one more now we will continue on and we would have a 3rd strand. So this knot is complete, and it's been doubled. If I were tying this as a decorative knot, then what I would do is I would work this single strand into the knot, and then I would work that all the way around, and then this last strand as it comes up would come up beside the first one, and then I would hide it in there so that it would appear that there would be only 2 strands all the way around. So this is a 5 lead 2 bight Turk's Head knot. So we can count our leads. I'll pull this one out of the way. So if we count our leads, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 leads, 1, 2 strands. That's a complete knot. And then this knot is doubled just to show you that it's a base knot, that it's a knot that can be stand on its own as a knot, although it's not a very decorative or very symmetrical.